Welcome to the latest episode of Branding the Experience, where we discuss ways where we can create environments where employees actually want to come to work and customers want to keep coming back. Hi, I'm Ken Bader, your host for Branding the Experience, and our subject today is a subject that's really close to my heart, which is branding the employee experience. And the reason that I chose this particular subject this week is I heard something from a colleague that was, frankly, really disturbing to me. The colleague mentioned that they were trying to put together basically an employee appreciation type of function, and a few of the managers, one in particular, came up and said that we appreciate our employees enough. We do enough for employees here. Now, granted, I wasn't part of the conversation, so I don't know if it was that harsh. But regardless, the sentiment behind it is really disturbing, and at the very least, frankly, ignorant. I'm gonna go so far as to not say stupid, because at least with ignorance, that an intelligent person has the capability of changing and doing something different, and I hope that certainly is the case for this individual. But my whole point and premise of the business and that I provide to clients of service-based businesses all around the country is exactly what I start off with my tagline in this show, which is creating an environment where employees want to come to work, and creating an environment where customers want to keep coming back, because you can't have the second, in my opinion, with maybe just a few exceptions, which I talk about in my book, and those are really exceptions, without having an experience for our employees first. To put it bluntly, if our employees are pissed off, disrespected, feel like that they're not wanted there, they'll either go someplace else, which frankly is the better scenario than the other, which is stay and basically be checked out. Whether that's unconsciously just kind of going through the motions, or consciously and being subversive, stealing stuff from the supply cabinet, making sure that your manager or their manager has a tougher job than he or she needs to have. So I'm adamant that we need to create an employee experience. And for those of you CFO, CPA types, I saw a study by Gallup not too long ago that U.S. businesses are losing between $450 to $550 billion collectively on lost productivity from employee disengagement. Let that sink in. Just on the lower end, $450 billion. What will we be able to do with that as a collective economy? That to me is not just disturbing, that's scary. And we don't need to do that much adapting, not necessarily change, but adapting, to actually creating an environment where employees want to come to work. And some of that maybe is the ubiquitous, muffins and donuts and all that other stuff. Certainly if we're going to feed our employees, which is usually the quick fix answer, well, morale isn't quite what it is. Let's bring in Dunkin' Donuts or, some Krispy Kreme. Let's, make them happy and fat for a half an hour and then put them to sleep. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. That's some of the wellness professionals that I work with would probably argue with me that isn't the answer. But it's a conscious and consistent effort. Much like in marketing, we're consistently sending our message out there. Our employees are our first customers. We need to not only give the message of how important they are and the important role each and every one of them plays in the organization, whether it's, a 2-person law firm or a 2,000-person restaurant chain. Each and every person, plays an important role in that org chart. So we need to communicate that. A few tips is, the muffins and everything are nice, But some of the basic things like having one-on-ones with employees, truly listening to the employees and asking for their feedback. How do you like to be appreciated? Because some folks, do like to get the awards and the silver star and be recognized in an all-staff meetings. Others, just want to stay in the background and maybe earn an extra day of vacation. To be with their families. They don't need the accolades. They just want to earn a little bit more. Maybe that's actual hard dollars, or maybe, like I said, that's a little bit more PTO, so that they could spend time with their families. Ask them what they want. We would always ask customers what they want. Why wouldn't we ask our first customers, our employees, what they want in the job and to be appreciated? And I'm not one of these pie-in-the-sky guys. I understand we can't just blatantly and arbitrarily give employees everything they want. To use the harsh term, we can't let the inmates run the asylum, which is a really bad analogy, frankly. If we're thinking of our business as an asylum, we should probably shut the damn thing down already, because we've already got a brand association that's going to kill us in the end. So if that's our analogy, then let's cut that business off right away and save ourselves a lot of heartache. But we can't just arbitrarily give people everything. But like anything, there needs to be a give and take. It's like, okay, well, we want free lunch every day. Well, I can understand why you would want that, but show them how that would affect the profit line. Maybe, all right, if you want free lunch every day, we can do that, but this is the profit marker and margins we need to make in our business in order to pay for lunch every day for you. So if we can get to that marker, as a business owner, you might say, I have no problem bringing in lunch every day or every Friday or every Monday and Friday or something like that if we hit those marks. Then what you're doing is you're getting your employees involved in the whole process and providing an incentive based on what they want and not what you think they want. So, a lot of these things, listening, the one-on-ones, having weekly meetings, tossing your employees a bone every once in a while, whether that's a couple hours of PTO, or that's a movie ticket or something like that. All of that seems like common sense, but it's not always common practice. And I know from my own experience that unfortunately it isn't. And I also know from studies like Dale Carnegie's study not too long ago that said that over 70% of employees are disengaged from their employer. Over 70%. That's a ridiculously high number. So consciously look to engage your employees as much or more than you would your customers, and you're going to have a brand experience that not only your staff love, but most importantly, your clients, customers, and members love, and that's going to transfer into real profits. And as always, if you need help in creating better employee engagement, here at Bader Training and Consulting, we've got multiple programs at multiple price levels here to help you. So, let's not have our employees be a part of that 70% plus. Ask for my help or somebody else that does culture building and get that percentage down, not only in the nation, but in your business. Thank you for spending some time with me today. And here's hoping that you're branding the experience at a very high level, first for your employees, and 1A, if your employees are 1, your customers are 1A, and for your customers. Take care.